This is one of the biggest box that I received from Amazon. This is almost half the size of my dining table. When I received this, I was wondering, what is this? What did I order? Maybe the UPS guy got it wrongly delivered in my address. But that's when I remembered, no, I ordered a deboe pan, which is 14 point something inch in size, which is bigger than normal. But I didn't expect the box to be this huge. Anyway, let's quickly open and see. Oh, this is huge and heavy. So this is the 36 centimeter or 14.1 by 8 size deboe pan, carbon steel pan. Now I couldn't find a review on YouTube on 14-inch pan, so I thought let me put a review. So let's quickly open and see. This is huge, monster pan. Oh, and it's heavy. So it talks about the mineral bee pan. It has the beeswax based protective finish. We need to remove that before use. PFOA and PTFE free, guaranteed. Environment safe. Good for browning and grilling. Now this is the smallest instruction book you can ever get in a pan. Here it talks about how to season, and it's in many languages like Dutch, Netherlands, Polish, etc. Anyway, we are looking at the English. So let's have a closer look at this pan. Now, first thing we have to do is to remove the beeswax. That's a protective coat from the manufacturer. We have to remove this before we use it. So let's go ahead and remove that. So here I'm going to use hot water and try to take out that beeswax coat. So the water is warm. And we are trying to melt this and clean it with soap. Now I have a scrubber here. I'm going to use this and scrub it. So I'm going to use the Vim. This should clean much better. It's slightly more shinier than before. It looks more like a stainless steel, but I still have some more coating to be taken out. I can see it's getting melted a bit. It feels a bit oily. So let me do a few more rounds. Now it looks clean, but I'm not 100% sure whether the whole beeswax came out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour 1 kettle boiling water onto the pan so that I can ensure that all the beeswax are gone. So I just switched on my kettle. So let me come back. So it's almost smooth and shiny like stainless steel. So my water is almost boiled, so let's pour that. So here I have boiling water. I'm hoping that would have melted any remaining beeswax. So let me discard this water. Let me pour the other side as well. And one more layer, last layer. I can see that there is some discoloration here. Maybe I can see the bare metal and the rust trying to form, maybe because it's light brownish color. I don't know if you can see it on the camera. Yeah, those dark spots. It's appearing all of a sudden. So it looks like the beeswax coat is completely gone. So I have to act immediately. I have to season this quickly. So let me discard this water quickly. We have to be very careful. This is boiling water. So it looks super clean, more or less like a stainless steel pan. So let's quickly run to the stove and season it. Now this is the biggest burner I have. Now I don't have a pan that fits the second ring, the outer ring. So this fits in perfectly. So this is one reason why I purchased this, because it fits in perfectly here. So I'm going to wipe down the excess water and then switch on the pan. So let's fire up the stove. Now, first thing I want to check if there is any warping. This pan is super stable. I don't see any warping or any stability issue. It sits completely flat and solid. It's hard to move because it's heavy. So let's let it heat up, and then we are going to add some oil. Now, in their micro manual, they have written how to season. These are the steps. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to pour 1 millimeter of oil and then heat it until the smoke point, and then I'll switch it off and then wipe it around the pan. So that's what I'm going to do now. Now it's been few minutes. My pan is really getting hot, so I'm going to use this vegetable oil. You could use any oil like avocado oil or grapeseed oil, which has high heating point. So let me swirl it around. So they say almost 1 millimeter. So I'm going to swirl it around. I can already see some color change there. So let me turn the pan around so that it heats evenly. So this is getting hot very quickly because the double burner there's a lot of surface area where it generates a lot of heat. So I'm sure this will be 500 or 600 or even more. So the oil is smoking. So I'm going to switch off now. And make sure the vent is on. And what I'm going to do now is I'll take a paper towel and a tong so that you don't burn yourself. And then I'll try to move the oil around. Have to be very careful. Looks like my paper towel is getting fried. The pan is still super hot. Oops. Now it's time to switch on my vent. And I'll move the pan to the side. It's smoking a lot. Now I'm going to discard this oil, and then I may do it one more time, but it's not necessary. But if you want a nice uniform color, I already got some golden or brass color, and it's going to develop eventually. It is going to become very dark. So let me discard this oil and come back. Now that I've discarded the oil, I'm going to apply it around the pan and then wipe it completely dry. So let me put this upside down, and I'm going to wipe the side and at the back. We need that non-stick coating around the pan, even below the pan, so that it doesn't rust. So that's why I'm doing this step. So let me use both my hands. That should be good. I'm going to wipe the excess oil off. Okay, that looks good. I think I'll stop with one level of seasoning. Next, I'm going to do an egg test. So let's see how it is. I'm not expecting it to be completely non-stick now because we did only one mild level of seasoning. So I want to see how this performs just by one seasoning coat. So let me clean this up, wipe it down, and then come back. Okay, it looks like the pan is clean. I don't see any dirt other than the oil color. Looks clean. Next, I'm going to put some potato skin and fry it before I use the pan, before I do the fried egg test. That will ensure if there is any residual, any remaining beeswax, it will clean everything and get the pan ready. So let me fire up the stove and I'm going to pour some oil and wait for it to boil. So my oil is almost warm enough and I'm going to add some potato peels. This is from 3 medium-sized potatoes. That should be enough to cover the pan. The fire looks a bit low, so I'm going to increase it maybe to 8, and then I mix it well. And you have to fry it till it's almost burned. Now another important tip, you don't have a patina coating because you did not season this pan well, so I highly recommend not to use a stainless steel turner for now at least. So instead use a wooden turner. So you have to be gentle with the pan for at least a month, I would say, till you get a nice patina coat. Then you should be able to use the stainless steel turner. So don't be very hard on the pan for turning, or even when you are cleaning, don't scrub it with a steel wool very hard. Be very gentle, use a sponge, and always use a wooden turner. So I can see it's generating a lot of smoke, so I'm going to turn on my vent. So I'll pause and come back. Now my potato peels are burning and it's generating a lot of smoke now, so I think it's time to switch off. Anyway, I'm going to switch off now. It's generated a lot of smoke, and leave the pan away. I just discarded all the potato skin which was burned, and I'm trying to clean up the pan thoroughly so that you can see how the coating is formed now. Okay, so let's have a closer look. Now this side, that brown coating came when I boiled the oil, and the other side it came up when I fried the potato peels. It was uniform, but towards the end I left it burning there. That's why you see the mark, but it's fine, nothing wrong. It's just the patina coat, so it's not uniform, but anyway, eventually we will get a nice coat. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to wash this pan, and I won't be using soap anymore, just with hot water, and wipe it dry, and then we'll come back and do the egg test, the one that we are waiting for. Now I just cleaned the pan with hot water without any soap, just hot water and with a brush, and it's clean now. This thing looks huge on my stove. It covers the whole area. Anyway, this is the other blue steel deboe pan that I bought earlier. This is the crepe pan, and this is blue steel. Now I put a review of this pan earlier, check my channel, and it's forming nice patina coat around the pan. It looks lovely. It was very blue initially, but it looks more brass color or brownish color. So I'm really happy with this pan. Same brand, Debui. Now I just want you to compare the size. I don't know if this is a better view, but okay, this looks like a mother and daughter. It's huge. Okay, I just want to show you that size comparison. Now let's do a egg test that we are waiting for, and let's proceed. Also, I want to show you the thickness of the pan. If I read the spec correctly, this is 3 millimeter thick, which is thick enough so that it won't warp. Now I want to compare with the other crepe pan. This is 2 mm thickness. It's 2 mm and 3 mm, but this looks more than double the size compared to this for some reason. Okay, anyway, the spec for this shows 2 mm and this is 3 mm. Also, let's look at the back. It has a nice coat of that patina coat or brown coating, because I coated this area with oil so that it doesn't rust. The sides are fairly silverish color. So I'm going to switch on my pan to medium heat. Yeah. So I'm waiting for the pan to be warm, and let's do the egg test. So I'm going to take some butter. Now this is going to be funny because one egg will look so lonely in the pan. This is such a huge pan. So I don't know how much butter should I add. Let's see. Let me add some more so that at least it covers the pan. So we'll come back, let it melt. I don't know if that is enough, but I just need a very thin coat, not much. No, I don't want to use this and scratch the patina coat. So let me take a wooden spoon. So it is barely coated around the pan and it's getting warm, so I'm going to reduce it to 4, the flame, and then let's break open the egg. That egg looks so tiny. So I'll leave it there and I won't be touching it now. What? Did you see that? It's just sliding around. Wow, that's really great. I didn't expect that to happen because I just seasoned it only once. That too, just a light coat. These pans are really good. Anyway, I hope it stays that way. It should be getting better. Look at that. I don't need to use a spatula. Looks like a glass top. It's that smooth. So it has passed the egg test in flying colors. Very good. I see people sliding the egg around and having fun, so let me also have some fun. Good. Enough playing. So this has passed the egg test. So I'm going to switch off the pan. It's really impressive that I didn't have to use my spatula other than to apply the butter. Now, next, remember I peeled 3 potatoes. So I'm going to cook that potato in this. So that will be our last test or review. And let's see how it performs on frying potatoes. So let me take this. So let me take this egg away. Look at that. So I'm not going to clean the pan, but I'm going to wipe it with the paper towel. That should be good because I cleaned this pan thoroughly before the egg test. So let's proceed with the potato test. Now, my pan doesn't look that dirty. This is just butter. So I think I'll use the same pan without cleaning. I'm going to add some oil. So I just added the vegetable oil and let me put it in medium high. And then I chopped around 7 potatoes, believe it or not, because the pan is big, so I'm sure it's going to fit easy. So I'm waiting for the oil to be hot. It should be good. I'm going to add now. So 7 potatoes, it's perfect and sits well in this pan. Now first thing, I'm going to add some salt. So I have some Himalaya pink salt, so I'll add that. Then I'll add some black pepper powder. This is from Costco. And the last thing I'm going to add is paprika. This is a mild flavor, mild paprika. That's good. So let it cook for some time and we'll come back to this. Now I don't have a 14-inch lid, or it did not come with one, but I have a lid that is for another pan, and it fits okay. Just closes. So potato needs some time to cook nicely, so I'm going to cover it for a few minutes and we'll come back. Now I forgot to add one spice, which is turmeric powder. I add this to almost all the vegetable and meat dishes. So let's sprinkle that as well. And it gives a nice color. This is good for your health, so you could use it on all your dishes. And also I read that it's good for coronavirus. So you could gargle water mixed with turmeric. It really helps, or any throat infection. So let's give a final stir. And I'll cook for a few more minutes. I'll close the lid. Now seems like the potato is almost ready. So everything looks good. So far I'm very impressed with the pan. Anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to enjoy this now. So I hope you guys like the video. Now I'm very happy with the DeBoer pan. I bought this 14-inch for my bigger size burner. I couldn't find any other pan with a bigger base size that can fit that double burner size. That's the main reason I bought. Plus we cook in bulk. Sometimes I buy 2 cabbages and cook in one go. So I could use that pan for things like that. I'm really impressed with the DeBoer blue steel pan that also performs so well. That's my daily pan. I cook breakfast daily in that, mainly eggs, bacon, even potato fries, hash brown, so many other things for breakfast. And also I cook pancake and a roti, everything that uses flat pan. So I'm happy with it, and I'll give an update maybe later on how it performs. The more I use, it will be more darker, and it will have a nice coat of patina, and it should get better on every use. Anyway, if you guys like the video, give a thumbs up, and please consider subscribing to my channel. I would really appreciate that. So stay tuned and see you on the next video. Bye for now.